Hey everybody, Professor Benlu with the third of the three videos discussing Unit 2 discussion board. In this short video, I'll be going over the women's rights movement, the Chicana rights movement, and the Black Power movement. Like I said, all these topics are really fascinating. Just pick out the one that you think interests you the most and go for it. So the women's rights movement, you are going to be analyzing the founding document for the National Organization of Women. This was an organization founded in 1966, and it was inspired by the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to fight for equality for women. Because remember, the Civil Rights Movement inspired other movements as well. The Chicana rights movement, the women's rights movement, the gay rights movement, the Native American rights movement, you name it. So founding members of now include Dr. Polly Murray and Betty Friedan. Betty Friedan, interesting woman. She was a Yale law professor and also a member of the President's Committee on the Status of Women. Murray, sorry. Another fascinating woman. Friedan was famous for her 1936 book, The Feminine Mystique. I love The Feminine Mystique. I think every woman should read it. It's a great book. She surveyed women who had graduated from her alma mater, Smith College, and when she interviewed these women, she found that in general they were not fulfilled as being stay-at-home wives and moms, and they were looking for something more, like a yearning for a career, what have you. She put a bullet hole through the myth of the happy, fulfilled housewife, stay-at-home mom. She turned her findings into the book, The Feminine Mystique. And like I said, I think every woman should read it. I love it. It's interesting because I'm a very active person. And, you know, it's funny because I checked this out of the library and I read it when I was on a semester break. I was in between semesters. And you know, I'm a very active person, and it's very weird when I'm on a semester break. And I remember being on a semester break, and I chill out for like a half hour every night before I go to bed reading. And I was reading Friedan's Feminine Mystique, and I got to this point, and I was all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm sitting on my couch next to my husband, he's watching TV, and he goes, what? I said, you're not going to believe this theory that she has in this book. She has the theory that women that don't work outside the home take longer than for their household duties than women that work outside the home. So I just thought it was interesting. The one flaw with Friedan's Feminine Mystique is it's geared towards white middle-class women. So that's a bit of a problem. Okay, Cesar Chavez and the United Farm Workers, the fight for Latino rights. He was born in Yuma, Arizona in 1927, and he learned about injustice early in life when his father was swindled out of land from unscrupulous whites. The Chavez family ended up moving to California, where he was banned from speaking Spanish in school and experienced extreme prejudice. After he graduated from 8th grade, he became a migrant farm worker to support his family because his father had been hurt in an accident. In 1962, Chavez, along with Dolores Huerta, formed the United Farm Workers. Whoops, sorry about that. The main purpose of this group is to fight for the rights of migrant workers. It's still around today, folks. Members of the United Farm Workers went on strike to protest the treatment by California table grape and lettuce growers. In 1968, Chavez engaged in a 25-day hunger strike, which is just incredible. And there's a famous picture of Chavez sitting with Senator Robert F. Kennedy, who went to California to support him. Very interesting. And years later, when he went on a protest, a hunger strike protest, Kennedy's widow, Ethel Kennedy, joined him. But anyway, pretty moving. But anyway, the Black Power movement is the last topic you can choose from. There developed a split within the civil rights movement. On one end of the spectrum, there were those that wanted to continue Dr. King's passive resistance. And then the other end of the spectrum, there was a group that felt that African Americans were very frustrated, that they were basically saying, look, we've gone down the road of passive resistance long enough and it hasn't worked. We need to be more aggressive if we're to achieve our rights. The Black Panthers was a big part of the Black Power movement, Black Panthers were formed in 1966 by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale. They fought for African American rights against police brutality. So those are all the topics, everybody, that you can go and dive into. Choose one and go for it. And please do not hesitate to ask me absolutely any questions that you may have. I hope these three videos have helped you. But like I said, I'm here for you if you have any questions. So good luck, everybody, and get going on this assignment.